If you hood educated, I'm glad you made it. Allow me to unfold my knowledge, wisdom, and understanding from a hood brother's point of view to all of you, here, there, and everywhere. Now check me out. There's some things that just don't sit right with me, y'all. And I'm talking about, man, it's just like hood one-on-one type things that, I mean, like anybody that's a part of the hood lifestyle that grew up in the ghettos across America, it's just certain things that you just don't do. And one of those things that you just don't do is you don't invite strangers to your house. Especially, like, I mean, like, even in the suburbs, you know, people in the suburbs, like, this is just a well-known fact. Like, you just don't invite strangers inside of your home. You don't even invite strangers to your location. This is just hood, suburbs, whatever. You know what I'm saying? You just don't invite strangers. Now, here it is. We got BTB Savage. Rest in peace to that brother. He invites somebody that he met on the internet. Somebody that he met in passing, doing shows, right? According to the Vlad, interview. Somebody that he met doing shows to his house. Now, we got to keep in mind that he said it was 4 of them. They had to get the big boxes and stuff like that and come up to the crib. 3 of them left to go to the car to go grab something else. And they left a stranger in the house with him. And he locks the door with the stranger in the house with him. He then go get his gun after feeling funny. According to the Vlad interview, he didn't go get his gun right then and there, like something don't seem right. Hold on, let me pull my gun out because, he didn't do none of that. He's still comfortable, right? But he said it just ain't feel right. Now, here's my thing right here, y'all. After everything that happened that he described in the Vlad interview, we got to understand something, y'all. This is a homicide, kidnapping, aggravated robbery, attempted murder because the girl in the house and all this shooting going on. This is all this, right? Vlad asked him, did the police ask you about the guy that you was doing a feature with? Yeah, they asked me about him, but I don't really know him like that. This is what BTB Savage say. I don't really know him like that. I don't know his name. I just know him just, from doing shows and stuff like that, but I don't really know him like that. Now, we hood educated, not lame related. Like I just said, y'all, this is a homicide, kidnapping, aggravated robbery, attempted murder. And you mean to tell me that the homicide detectives is finna sit back and just allow you to say, oh, the person that, that started this whole thing, the person that, that I was finna do the feature with, I don't even know him like that. Now, understand something, y'all, when it comes to a homicide investigation. Now, some of y'all probably saying they hood educated, it was self-defense, it wasn't a homicide. But yes, it was a homicide. Check it out. So now that we got that understood, it was a homicide, so therefore there's a homicide investigation. The police are going to want to know who is the person that he was dealing with. The police are going to want to know who is the person that BTB Savage was doing the features with. And how are they going to get to that information? Social media and his phone. But not only that, it gets deeper than that. Camera footage. You gotta understand something, y'all. Whenever there's a homicide investigation going on, the homicide investigators has a right to confiscate things. For an example, let's just say that your nice, pretty car was just parked somewhere. And wherever it was parked, that a homicide happened. Somebody got killed and your car got shot a couple of times. Your car now is a part of a homicide investigation. What the homicide detectives can do is they can put your car on a homicide hold until they are done with the investigation. They can confiscate your car, take it to the impound lot or to the homicide impound lot and do their investigation and hold your car until they are done with their investigation. Then they call you and say, hey, yeah, we done. We realize your car ain't had nothing to do with it. You can come pick it up. And there ain't nothing you can do about it. Why am I saying all this? BTB Savage, his phone, they confiscating that. Why? Because that phone right there is going to lead them to the person that they trying to get to that has something to do with this homicide. His girl phone, hers getting confiscated too because they don't know what's really going on. They don't know what part, what's happening. The camera footage. Yes, the camera footage. All that in that apartment building, that camera footage of them pulling up, jumping out, carrying the stuff to his apartment and all that right there is under investigation. So that's why I say that the whole thing just don't seem right to me, because here it is, they should have been had somebody arrested for this case. Being that they got all this information, or being that they should have all this information. Somebody should have been, I'm talking about under investigation, being followed or anything right now before BTB Savage even got killed. Look, y'all, listen to me when I tell y'all this right here. There is no way in the hell that the homicide detectives is finna to allow camera footage to be unchecked. Y'all watch First 48 all the time. The first thing they ask for is there any cameras around here? Is there any cameras? Yeah, there's one right there. Because they understand, like I said in my last video, the camera gonna tell on you. So here it is, we got a nice expensive apartment. Where's the camera footage? Not only that right there, as soon as he said that, I don't know who they is, I just know him by name and all that, they'd have been sitting him down like, okay, hold on, look, we got some footage we want to show you. Are these the guys right here that went inside your apartment, that's getting out this car right here, that's walking up inside the building? Okay. So you telling me you don't know who that person is and you just gonna let them inside your apartment? You telling me you don't know who that man is right there and those other 3 men, and you finna just let them inside your apartment? We need to see your phone. We need to get into your social media. This is a homicide investigation. Kidnapping, aggravated robbery, attempted murder. This is not no walk in the park, y'all. This is serious business. So that's the thing that kind of threw me off about the whole thing, is that he's saying that he don't even know the man. Now, we got to keep it hood educated though, because he could possibly be saying that, I don't know the man, I don't know his name, because on Vlad, he said, I don't know his name, I just know of him. I just seen him in passing when we was doing shows, and he said he wanted to do a feature, and I told him to pull up to my apartment while I'm doing all this scamming and stuff I got all these thousands and thousands of dollars, and I just told this stranger just to, to come on up. That just don't sound right to me. It don't sound right to me at all. I believe that in my mind, like there had to have been some type of connection there. Some type of connection. I don't know how long the connection was, but they had to know each other. You're not just finna allow some stranger to come to your crib. Come on, man. People in the suburbs don't even do that. So I refuse to believe that somebody from the hood that's committing crimes, that's scamming and all this old type of stuff, cracking cards and all that, got thousands and thousands of dollars on them. They got, you know, 100,000 worth of jewelry, just gonna let some strangers in the crib without searching them and all this old type of stuff. So I refuse to believe that. And then for the homicide detectives just to let you just slide like that, like, oh, okay, well then, yeah, no, it's cool. You ain't got to tell us who these people is and on these cameras and stuff like that. We just gonna let it slide. Some just don't sound right to hood educated. Now, the other thing is this right here. The FBI was there. Why would the FBI be at a murder scene, right? Now, they tried to play it as if these are our partners and, you know, they coming to help us out. Check it out.
Standing with me, Special Agent in Charge, Jim Smith, our gang commander, Cephas, and our night, Lieutenant Croson. So approximately 6:10 p.m., we received a call for service, the shooting in progress, a drive-by shooting in the 2100 block of Mid Lane. As officers arrived, they quickly located African-American male, which appears to be in his mid-20s, deceased on the scene. He was driving a white Mercedes vehicle. Witnesses state that a black, newer model Mitsubishi SUV type vehicle with dark windows came up on the vehicle, began to fire. Two suspects got out. The only thing we have on them are they were dressed in black, all black with hoodies, possibly shades on. They fled either eastbound or westbound on San Felipe. That's all we have here. I could tell you there was a number of shots fired, as evident by the casings that's on the ground. We do believe this is a targeted incident. We don't know, don't have a lot of details. It's an active investigation. We're, as we normally do, reviewing surveillance cameras, private and businesses. But I do ask the public, if you see something, or if you've seen something out on this scene, or you know something, please do. We don't know the victim, don't know who he is, but we do know that he has a family. And I think it's always important that we say and ask the city to pray for the family. But again, and I want to thank the residents over here and the business owners. Everybody's been very supportive, but you can imagine the stress and the level of stress when something happens like this at, you know, 6 p.m. Or just a little bit after 6 p.m. But again, it's a targeted incident. And I think that's important for everybody to know. We'll open up for questions.
Chief, did you say what kind of weapons were used?
I'm not sure. I didn't look at them on the scene. They're processing it right now, but multiple shots fired out here.
What do you think the connection was between the victim and the suspect?
I have no idea right now, and I don't want to speculate, but I can tell you something. A number of individuals are working on this, and I have my partner here, as my partner in crime, and I said our great relationship we have, and not only with Special Agent in Charge Smith, all our other federal partners and our local partners. And I just want to say this, we got a great city with a lot of great citizens, and I've said it before, you harm somebody, you kill somebody in our city, no stone left unturned. We're coming after you. So anybody that knows anything, get us the information, but we're hard at work trying to find out who's responsible for this.
Was he at the bank? Was he taking
No,
money out?
no, just here, right here on the street in 2100 block. So he was actually northbound when the vehicle approached and began shooting.
So why is the FBI here?
That's my partner. It's my partner, and they're lending support. I don't want to speak for him, and he might want to say a few words, but yeah.
Yeah, in a lot of these cases, whether it be a drive-by or some of these murders that we believe that we could bring our resources to assist, we will do that with the FBI. The public doesn't really know that we're behind the scenes supporting our partners. And it's not just here, around the country and around the world, we support our partners. And so a lot of crimes out there. We are supporting our partners, we're behind the scenes, and we're bringing our tools to the fight because things such as this drive-by shooting just can't happen. It just cannot happen in the community. It doesn't matter where it is in the city of Houston or in any other areas. It just can't happen like this without us assisting our partners to try to bring this to an end.
One correction too on the vehicle. It's a black Subaru. I think I said Mitsubishi, but a Subaru. That's what we believe. And as scenes are fluent, things change, but that's what we believe at this time. Okay.
And you said the men got out of the car and opened fire.
At one point, they could have shot from the vehicle or whatnot. The fact is, multiple shots. So they did get out at one point. So yeah.
Was the victim's vehicle stopped, or did they? Can you talk to us about how that interaction worked?
I'm not sure, you know, because stories and it changes. I want to wait until we get full surveillance of it. But at some point, they approached him in the 2100 block here and began shooting. I don't know if they cut him out, boxed him in, or whatever, but that's part of the investigation. And as we get more footage and get a chance to review it, we'll put it out.
And what makes you believe it was targeted?
Based on our experience, and it's a few things that I just don't want to go into right now, it's not random. Yeah. Okay. Anything else?
You said you didn't have an ID on the victim. You believe that his wallet and ID have been taken by the shooters, or maybe he didn't?
Oh, I don't think so. But we had when you come upon a deceased individual, we have to wait for the medical examiners to come and the investigation on the scene. And
now, as y'all can see, y'all see how they trying to just like throw us off like these are our partners. They just come to help us out. It's more to it, y'all. It's more to it. I mean, here it is. Takeoff got killed in Houston. Rest in peace to Takeoff. That brother got killed in Houston. The FBI wasn't, you know, standing right there talking about some, hey, yeah, you know, these are partners. We come in to help and all this old type of stuff. I mean, from my understanding, if I'm wrong, y'all let me know. But from my understanding, I didn't see the FBI taking part in Takeoff murder. But here it is. We got a man that is not even nowhere near the superstar as Takeoff, and he getting FBI help. Nah, The only reason why I believe that the FBI was there is because he was already under investigation by the FBI for doing all that fraud, all that cracking cards and all that bragging on it on the internet. The feds already had him up under their investigation. So when he got killed up under their investigation, they still have jurisdiction over him because they already was watching him. But now that he done got killed, now it's a joint effort because the FBI and the state, now they got to join forces. Other than that, I can't see no other reason why the FBI was there other than he was an FBI informant. He was working for the FBI. He probably got caught up doing all that fraud and stuff like that he took a deal with the FBI to set up other people's and stuff like that. And once you become a FBI informant, then you might as well have a badge. You just like the FBI. They don't play about their informants. So when I seen the FBI there, that's the thing that kind of made me think like, hey, no, it's something a little bit deeper than that. Some people say it's because of the switches. It's the guns that they use, right? The modified guns and stuff like that. I'm not sure about that because a lot of people get killed with switches and I don't see the FBI popping up. I just don't. Now, here's another thing that just came out that just kind of like, it blows my mind, but AK-47 has came out and said that Omar Richardson, the man that BTB Savage killed, his sister has came forward and spoke with AK-47. Now, she gives the story that Omar, her brother, the man that got killed, and BTB Savage knew each other. She gives the story that, you know, when they went inside the building, it was a drug deal that went wrong. And that his son, you know, according to what AK-47 is saying and what the woman told him, that his son, her, and Omar all went to BTB Savage's apartment to sell him some weed. BTB Savage locked them out the house. And then they started robbing Omar. During the robbery, Omar got killed. His son was trying to shoot the lock off the door, but couldn't shoot the lock off the door. And, you know, everything just went haywire. I'm talking about then the woman runs out the house and hugs her. I mean, like, on some realness, I know AK-47, I mean, like, he a straight shooter and he like to give it to us raw, you know what I'm saying? And he ain't gonna play no games, and he's really serious about his content and stuff like that. But just from the outside looking in, I would like to believe that Omar's sister is probably trying to save face for her brother. You know, she trying to probably like make it appear as though her brother was an innocent bystander and that he really wasn't about that life and stuff like that. So she possibly could be trying to clean up his image and stuff like that, so it won't look like that he was a bad person. And she trying to make it look like BTB Savage is a bad person, because everybody is like looking at him like, okay, he's a good dude. He was protecting his house. You know what I'm saying? And he killed somebody trying to rob him. And she possibly trying to make it seem like, hey, you know, no, my brother, he wasn't like that. She probably trying to clean up his image. And the reason why I have to question her story is because of this right here. When they ran up out that apartment building and her brother was laying there in a pool of blood dying, why the son ain't start shooting everybody that came up out that house? And look, this is hood. Come on, y'all. Y'all know I got to give it to y'all from both angles. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know I don't condone no violence or nothing like that, but I'm just coming from a gangbanger's perspective and a hood perspective right now. And just a common sense perspective. If y'all family member was in the house and he's saying somebody trying to rob him, and then the door fly open and y'all family member lying in the pool of blood and you got a gun, what you gonna do? So that's my thing. Like, why the son ain't get to just, you know, blowing on them, every one of them that came out the house? And not only that, why did the other men feel so comfortable to run outside the house after they know that it's somebody outside with a gun? You know what I'm saying? It's somebody out there with a gun. So what made them feel so comfortable that, okay, then we just finna run out the house without feeling like we finna get into a shootout or nothing, even though somebody just got done trying to shoot the lock off the house, the lock off the door, and somebody would just shoot in the door. Y'all feel what I'm saying? So I would have to, you know, I gotta question that right there, you know. And then not only that, if that was the case, why, you know, why not go to the police station, wait there with your brother when the police come and explain the whole story to them? Because if that was the case, if she would explain the whole story to the police, I believe that BTB Savage would have been charged with murder. Him and his homies or whatever, you know, according to her story, I believe they would have been charged with murder. Because here it is, they would have camera footage of her and his son and Omar standing in front of the door, trying to get inside the door, you know what I mean? And just the whole thing, you know, they could have, look, the cameras is right here. Y'all see us trying to get in the door. They ran out and they did this. I believe that she could have stayed there and told the police everything. But from news reports, we don't hear nothing about that. From news reports, we don't hear nothing about a woman was stayed there and a woman, you know, told the police what's going on. So they left. They left. So now, no disrespect to my nigga AK, pardon me. Y'all know I'm trying to, but no disrespect to my partner AK, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, that's just my portion of understanding as to, you know, what the sister put out there. Like, I got to question her story like that. Now, let me give y'all my portion of understanding. Let me give y'all what I believe. Let me use my common sense, right? I believe that everything that BTBG, I always keep saying BTBG, I don't know why. Everything that BTB Savage said has some truth to it, and it has some falsehood to it. And the reason why I say that is because of this right here. He don't want to go to jail, and then he want to keep that street cred, so he don't want to do no telling. So he got to just tell the truth and mix it with some lies. And in telling the truth and mixing it with some lies, that's why we got some things that just not adding up. But let me give y'all my portion of understanding what I believe what happened. Everything that he said happened as far as like Omar and them trying to rob him and stuff like that, I believe that. I believe that they left Omar in there, the three brothers, because remember he said it was 4, and they left Omar in there, and then the 3 went down to go grab something out the car. After they figured out that they couldn't get inside that apartment, they left Omar there. Now we got to understand something. In leaving Omar in that house, that right there just created a whole nother mess for all 3 of them men that abandoning him inside that house. Because we got to understand, in their abandonment, they had to go back to the hood. They had to go back to wherever they came from. And if they was his family members, they had to go back to the family. And they had to explain what happened. How are all 3 of y'all living and Omar dead? And this other person is living as well. The man that y'all went to go rob is still alive, but Omar is dead. Not only that, this is y'all lick. The 3 young dudes, the ones that's rapping. This is y'all lick. This ain't Omar lick. Because remember, BTB Savage said that I ain't even know him. You see what I'm saying? He said, I ain't even know him from the rap circuit or nothing. He was a complete stranger. Omar was a complete stranger. So we got to understand that it was the young boy's lick. So how y'all go on the lick, BTB Savage survived, Omar died, and all 3 of y'all survived. Ain't nobody shot, wounded, scratched, or nothing. They had to tell a story. They had to break it down and tell exactly what happened. And when they did that, OGs, elites, governors, or whoever they clicked up with, whatever gang they is, or family members they is like, y'all got blood on y'all hands. Y'all got blood on y'all hands. Y'all got to go clean that up. Omar is dead because of y'all. And y'all left him? Look, y'all gotta go get Omar get back. Y'all got to. It's mandatory. I'm talking about like gangsters, hood educated residents that's still in them streets and stuff like that. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Can you imagine, you know, three of the lords going on the lick, 4 of the lords going on the lick, then 3 of them coming back and they talking about 1 dead because they left him in the house? It's violations and all type of stuff going on. And it's their responsibility to go get the get back for Omar. That's just how things go in the hood. Now, we got to understand what happened. How did BTB Savage get killed? What did they say happened? They said that, the police said that, and witnesses said that the black Subaru pulled up. So somebody was driving. 2 people jumped out. That's 3 peoples. How many peoples leave Omar Richardson inside that house? 3 people. This hood educated, not lane related. Peace and love, and y'all take care of yourself out there. If I said anything that caused you to think, please hit that subscribe button and give me a like. And if you're feeling generous, make a small donation to the channel. Before I depart, allow me to give a shout out to some of the blessings that I received this week. Let me give a shout out to Sherry President for the $5 Cash App. I really appreciate that, Sherry. Let me give a shout out to the big dog, the Real Row, for the $5 Cash App. Good looking out, bruh. Let me give a shout out to Anthony Barkley for the $5 Cash App. Good looking, Ant. Let me give a shout out to Tony Ford. Man, brother. Hey, you know we know, bruh. Come on. Yeah. Let me give a shout out to Tony Ford for the $10 Cash App, man. Salute to you, brother. Welcome home. You know what I mean? And stay on that righteous path. This is hood educated, not lane related. Peace and love, and y'all take care of yourself out there.